Now let us see how to swipe horizontally. Let me create a new class. Class name is horizontal swipe. Click on main method, click on finish. Let me copy paste the desired capabilities. We will be working on Flipboard app, which is there in Android, that is in Samsung. Import the desired capabilities. Import the Android driver. Import the JavaNet. Add throws exception. Then add throws exception. So let me showcase you the app. It is the Flipboard app. The Galaxy. Go to Flipboard. This is what the app which gets launched. The code which has been written now. Okay, desired capabilities will launch this app. In this app, I need to swipe horizontally, that is from right to left, this way. My press will be in this place, somewhere here, and I'll press here, then swipe it this way, from right to left. Okay, and in the middle of the screen, I'm swiping in the middle of the screen. See, there's one swipe. How many times I need to swipe? I'll be swiping it for 4 times. This is one swipe, second swipe, third swipe, and the fourth swipe. Okay, exactly in the middle I need to swipe it. Okay. Now let us swipe in the middle of the screen. That is 4 times we are going to swipe. That is, this is the first swipe, then second swipe, third swipe, and fourth swipe. Okay, you can see the accounts in here. Let us check after the fourth swipe in this page, add an account is there or not. If it's there, it is pass. Okay, this is the swipe from right to left. Okay, once we validate this, then we'll swipe from left to right, that is from here till here. Okay, so left to right, one swipe, then second swipe, third swipe, then fourth swipe. Okay, so this is what our action is. So let us start writing the code for this. What is the code for swiping? We can write code something like this: driver dot swipe, and what are the parameters which is needed inside? It is integer start x, start y, end x, end y. Okay, let me write the code something like this. So we need to pass in this parameter. What is this start x? So in this case, what exactly the start x is? Okay, my start x would be somewhere here. Okay, because I'm swiping from right to left. I'm swiping from where? From right to left. So always my start point for horizontal swipe, my reference point is left hand side. What is the reference point for my swipe? My reference point is left hand side of the mobile. So when we say start x, we are saying with respect to this point, my start x would be 90% of the screen. Don't you think so? Of the x-axis. This is my x-axis. This is my x-axis and this is my y-axis. Okay. So supposedly if I say now 90% of my x-axis is my start x, I'm pressing it here and move till here. Okay, somewhere here. This would be 10% of the x-axis. Okay, this is 10% of the x-axis. Okay, so I hope everyone got it. Okay, so before I start, I need to know what is my x-axis and what is my y-axis. Okay, so to do that, we need to get that values. For that, the code will be driver dot manage dot window dot get size. Window dot what? Get size. Control 1 enter. It is dimension size. If I say sisu, if we print as size, size is concatenate with this size, you will get two values. That is, it will give me the x-axis. The size will give me the x-axis and it will give me the y-axis. Size is somewhere around 720 and this y-axis is 1280. It all depends on the based on the mobile sizes. Okay. Now, once I get this size out, I need to get the, say, I'll just give you the rough idea what exactly the output in this case is. It will be 720. The output would be something like this: 720 comma x-axis, that is 720 comma 1280. In this 720 is width. Don't you think 720 is width, that is your x-axis? Then what else? 1280 is your height, that is your y-axis. So which way we are swiping? We are swiping from where? From right to left. So if I am trying to swipe from right to left, which axis I should be worried about? That is x-axis. That is, in simple terms, I should be worried about the width. My start x is 90% of this place. I mean, always the reference point for horizontal swipe is where? Left hand side of my mobile. Start x is somewhere here. That will be 90% of this 720. Okay, so how will I say that? First I need to say int start x equal to, what is the size? Size dot width into what it is? 90%. 90%. So it is 0.90. When we say it becomes a double, so I am going to typecast it because it allows only the integer value inside the parameters. So we have typecasted it as int. Okay, now if I say sisu, I'll just say this for our reference: start x is, then concatenate with what? Start x. So 90% of 720 is how much? 90% of 720. Let me just open the calculator. Okay, so 720 into 0.90 into 0.90. This is what? 648. So our control goes into the x-axis, that is 648. That will be our start x. Okay, in simple terms I'll write like this: driver dot, it's as good as writing like this, it is 648. Okay, then how will I get the end x? How will I get the end x? Start x is here, end x is here. So how will I write the code for end x? Int end x equal to typecast integer int. Now what it is? Shall I copy paste? Size dot, what is the parameter which we need to look in? Again, it's in the x-axis which we are talking about, so we need to take the width codes 0.10. Okay, now sisu, what this would be? End x is concatenate index. Okay, now we got the start x. So 10% of 720 is how much? 10% of 720 is this end x. 10% of 720 is 72. That is the value which comes and resides here. Now what is the values which are left out in our swipe? Start y and end y. So for start y and end y, for start y and end y, what exactly we need to do? Start y and end y will be the 50% of this height. We have decided that y axis is 50% of this mobile device. Okay, so how will I represent that? I should say int start y equal to int, how it is, size dot, what it is, size dot height into, how is it, how do I represent the 50%? It is 0.50. Let me say sys, what it is, start y is again plus symbol, it is start y. So what will be the 50% of 1280? 50% of 1280 divided by 2, it is 640. 50% is 640. So start y is 640 and end y is how much? End y is also 640, that is also 50%. So to be frank, again we need to just copy paste the code and change it to end y. Change it to end y. Do we really need to write this code and change it here? Change it in this place and change it in this place. Do we really need to write line number 50 and 51? Don't you think it is a redundancy code? It's a repetitive code. So that's why, because it's the same thing. Line number 47, 48 is same. Line number 51, 51 is also same, because both are pointing to the height and it is 50% of the device. So shall I remove this? I don't want that. I'm deleting it. So shall I remove this hard-coded value? To make you people understand, I have written the hard-coded value. So in place of start x, what I should pass in? I should say start x. In place of end x, I should say end x. What is the start y? Copy this, put it in here. What should be the end y? End y is also we are saying as start y, because it is holding what? 50% of the height. Duration is how much time it will take to swipe. So once it swipes, I want to showcase you people for 4 seconds that it has indeed swiped. So 4 seconds. Shall I swipe for 4 times? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy paste for another 3 times. I'm copy pasting this code. Okay, second time, second swipe, third swipe, fourth swipe. Once we reach the fourth swipe, okay, let me come to the fourth page. What do we need to validate? We need to validate add an account. So let us capture the screenshot. Then click on add an account. Copy this. Shall we say driver dot find element by id, open quotes, close quote, dot, what it is, how do I take the output? Get text. What is the return type? It's a string. So shall we say if text dot equals, what it is, add an account, then say sys pass else sys fill. Okay, finally have a message saying that swipe from right to left is successful. Okay, let me save the code. Let us execute. Start the APM server. Close the app. It should swipe for 4 times and it should validate and give us the message from right to left is successful. It should validate, give the result. execute. Now it should launch the app. It should launch the app and swipe for 4 times. Okay, if you see here, it's swiped once, then second, then third, now fourth. Accounts page. In accounts page, it has to validate and it gives the message swipe from right to left is successful. There's a spelling mistake in here, please pardon me on that. Okay, we have seen how to swipe from right to left. Let us swipe from left to right. Okay, now let us swipe from left to right. So what will be the start X and end X? Okay, so generally people suggest me go with the same variables and all. It leads to a big confusion, guys. Okay, do I really need to take the dimension once again for the same mobile? The answer is no, it's not required. So instead, shall I copy paste the same code but change the variable name? I'm going to change the variable names. Okay, in this case, let me open the app now. We have reached in this place. Now when I am going to swipe, I am going to swipe from left to right. So what will be the start X? It is 10%. What will be the end X? It will be 90% of the screen. That is from left hand side, left part of the screen. Okay, start X will be 10% if you are swiping from left to right. Start X is 10%, here it is 90%. So shall I give the variable name as start X1? Instead of 90, it will be 10. So what we are focusing, width of the dimension. So here what should I change? Start X1. Here change it as start X1. Now end X1, what we are focusing, again the X axis, because we are going to swipe from here till here. Okay, what we should change it to? 90. This will be end X1 and this is end X1. What is the start? What will be the middle of the screen? It is again 50%. So when we are working on the height, the y axis, it will be height, it is 50. Now start y1 and end y1. So how will I swipe now? It is very simple. Driver dot swipe. Okay, duration is 1 second, that is in millisecond. So what is the variable name? Start X1. Start X is start X1. For start Y, it is start Y1. For end X, what it is? End X1. Again for end Y, what it is? Start Y1, because it's the middle of the screen. Okay, start Y or end Y remains the same. So after this, I just want to showcase you people with thread.sleep. I'm just giving this sleep so that you can see how much time it has taken. Okay, 4 seconds. So to swipe for 4 times, what do I do? This time I'm going to use the for loop. Int, what it is? I equal to 1, then I less than equal to what? 4, then I plus plus. So open bracket, close bracket. So after this, there's no validation as such. We'll just see how exactly it works. Left to right, swipe is successful. Okay, we'll give the necessary synchronization point. Let me add a synchronization point in here. Once we validate, before going from left to right, I'll give a synchronization point. Then let me just increase this to 12 seconds. Okay, now let us start executing the code. Start the APM server. Then I'm closing the app now. Basically the code should swipe from right to left 4 times, validate, and again from left to right 4 times. Okay, now right click, run as Java application, close the observe. It should launch the app, wait for 12 seconds, then swipe from right to left. How many times? 4 times. Okay, it has launched the app. It's waiting for 12 seconds. Now it has to swipe, one swipe, now second swipe, third swipe, then fourth swipe. Here it validates and it gives us the message swipe from right to left is successful. Now it is waiting for 4 seconds. We are swiping from left to right. It has to reach the home page. It has to reach the home page. Okay, now it has swiped for 3 times. This is the last time it is swiping. 4 times it is done and it has given the message left to right swipe is successful. Okay.